So the first thing that we can do in this new step, which is installing the plugins for our e-commerce website, is we can install the one that is recommended for this theme. So right here, you should see a notification that says this theme recommends the following plugin, the Themify pop-up. We can go ahead and click on Begin Installing Plugin. And once we come to the Install Required Plugins page, we can just install all of these plugins that the theme recommends. So we can just check on this box right at the top, and it's going to select everything. And then we can go into the drop down and select Install, and then click Apply. And once you're back on this page, we need to activate these plugins. So again, check the box at the top to select all the plugins, and then go into the drop down. And this time I want you to select Activate and click Apply. And now all the plugins should be activated, and you should see this notification. So now what we're going to do is go and install some additional plugins that we need for our e-commerce website. So to do that, we're going to hover over plugins on the left-hand side. And first, let's go to the installed plugins link. And if you're redirected to this page right here for the HubSpot, we don't really need to go through this right now. So we can just go again and hover over plugins and click on install plugins to redirect us to the correct page. And once you come to this page right here, this is your plugins page right here. And we can just clean this up by closing out some of these things. So this is where you have a list of all your plugins. So there are some plugins that are installed by default, and if you ever want to remove any of these, you can deactivate them and delete them. We're going to leave everything right now, but if you guys have any questions about this, you can always leave a comment, and you can ask me, hey, do I need this plugin? Do you think I should deactivate it or delete it? Or if you ever need any other plugin, you can always ask me too, and I can recommend some to you. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that this is the page with all of your plugins. And what we want to do is we want to add some additional plugins. So there's some premium plugins that I'm giving to you for free with the partnership with Themify, but there's also some that we want to download from the WordPress directory. So let's click on the Add New button at the top. And once you're on the Add Plugins page, the first thing that we're going to do is upload a premium plugin that I can give to you, which is a Themify premium plugin. So click on the button that says Upload Plugin, and then come over here and click on Choose File. And you should have in that folder that you downloaded from the NYC Tech Club website a bunch of different files here. So what we want to do is download this one called the builderwoocommerce.zip. So again, if this is a folder, what you want to do is right click it and compress it, and then just select it, and then click Choose and click Install Now. And once it's installed, we'll just click on Activate Plugin. And once the plugin is activated, we're going to install one more premium plugin. So again, click on Add New. And some of these plugins we might use, we might not use. But what I want to do is just give them to you so that you don't need to get the Themify premium option right now. And you can always upgrade to it later. So again, click on the Upload Plugin button, and then click on Choose File. And now what we want is the WooCommerce shop deck. So WooCommerce is what we're going to use to build out our e-commerce website. And again, these are two Themify premium plugins that are really going to allow you to customize your WordPress website. So find this one and then just click Choose File and click Install Now. And once it's installed, we want to activate it. So click on Activate. And once the plugin is activated, you can come down in your list and you can make sure that you see them. So we should see down here the WooCommerce shop deck, and then up here we should have the Builder WooCommerce. And if you do, we're good to go. We can clean up the plugin list in a little bit, but right now let's go and find the other plugins that we need to follow this video tutorial. So let's click on Add New. And once you come to the Add Plugins page now, what you'll notice is that you have a bunch of different plugins here that you can search for, and also some filters, and you have a keyword search box over here. So you can type in any keywords for any type of tools or plugins that you need to build out your e-commerce website. And what I want to do is just tell you the ones that we need for this tutorial. So we're going to come to the search box, and I want you to type in Contact Form 7 and push Enter. And what you're going to do is you're going to see the search results, and this is the plugin that we want. This is going to give us contact forms for our e-commerce website so that our visitors can contact us and send us messages to our email address. So we want to click on Install right here. And once it's installed, go ahead and click on the Activate button. And once the plugin is activated, we're going to install two more plugins. So go through the same steps. We're going to click on Add New. And I want you to come to the search box again. And what we're going to do is type in Really Simple SSL, and this is going to help us activate our SSL certificate so that our website is secure whenever someone transfers data to us. So right here, this is the one that you want. So make sure that you find that, click install now, and then click on the activate button. So you can see once the SSL certificate is activated, you can see that it says SSL activated, and we will confirm this when we go through our settings for our WordPress website in just a little bit. But right now, let's go and install the last plugin that we need, which is probably the most important one for our e-commerce tutorial. It's the WooCommerce plugin that's going to help you set up your products, your pricing, and all that stuff. So click on add new. And once you're back on this page right here, just come to the search box and type in WooCommerce. And once the search results show up, this is the one that we want by automatic. It has 5 million active installations, and this is really going to help us create our e-commerce website. So click on the install now button, and then click on the activate button. And once you come to the WooCommerce settings, I want you to know that you can always change your settings a little bit later. So this is the initial setup, and I will go into more details about the WooCommerce settings and where you can go and change and edit everything a little bit later in this video tutorial. So for now, let's just go through these steps so that we can start creating our e-commerce website. And the first thing that you want to do is go into this drop down and select where your store is based. So I put in the United States, and I've already put in an address right here. And then come down here and choose the currency that you want to accept. So I'm using the US dollar, but if you're in another country, you can choose that currency. And then right here, you can just choose if you want to sell physical products or digital products, or if you want to sell both. So I'm just going to sell both just in case I want to sell both a little bit later, but we'll see as we go through creating this video tutorial. And then over here, you can also check this box if you want to send WooCommerce some information, but I'm going to uncheck this. And then once you're ready, come down and click Let's Go. And once you're on the Payments tab, you can see by default there are some options over here. So you can accept payment with Stripe or PayPal, and you have some offline options over here. And there are some additional options. So if you want to accept payment using another form or options such as Venmo or Apple Pay or anything like that, there are some premium plugins that you can install, and then you can accept payment with WooCommerce using those other options. So I'll show you how to do that a little bit later in this video. But right now we have these two options. So if you want to use Stripe, or if you want to use PayPal, or if you want to use both, you want to make sure that you activate them. So what you want to do is just turn them on, and you should see the purple color right there. So I'm just going to use PayPal. So you can see I have this one activated, and I have my email address associated with my PayPal account, and I have this box checked, and we're good to go. We're going to set up PayPal a little bit later in this video tutorial, and I will show you some additional options also for payment. Okay, so once you're ready, go ahead and come down here and click on continue. And once you come to the shippings tab, this is where you can go to set up how much you want to charge your customers when you have to ship something. So the default shipping zone should be the country where your e-commerce website is located. And what you can do is choose a flat rate or free shipping, and you can also turn this off if you wanted to also. So I'll just type in $10 right here for the flat rate. And then over here is where it says locations not covered by your other zones. So in the WooCommerce settings, we can set up as many different zones as we want, and we can be very specific with them. But this is pretty much a catch-all for all of your zones that you don't have. So right now it's going to be everywhere other than this country what you're going to charge people. So maybe we'll charge a little bit more just because it might be a little bit more expensive. So I'll type in $20 right there. And again, you can turn these off if you want. And you do have the options of getting live rates from certain carriers or providers of shipping. So let me just show you really quickly, because there are a bunch of different plugins. So if I click on this link, we're going to open up this tab right here. And you can see that you can get shipping rates from United States Postal. You can get it from FedEx, UPS. So these ones cost money, but you do have the option of getting live rates for your packages if you know the sizes and how much they weigh and everything like that. So we'll talk about this stuff in more detail a little bit later. But right now we can just set everything up. So what you want to do down here is you want to choose how you're going to weigh your products if you know the weight of your products. So if you want to use any of these options, we'll go with pounds. And then for the product dimensions or the box sizes, you can choose the options right here. So we'll go with inches, but it's up to you. Choose whatever you're comfortable with, and then click on the continue button. And once we're on the recommended tab, these are features that you can integrate into your e-commerce website for free. So we want to have automated taxes so that we don't have to calculate the taxes ourselves. We want to leave the admin so that we can see our reporting. And then MailChimp allows you to reach out to customers. It's a customer relationship management platform that you can also use for email marketing and campaigns. And then Facebook just lets you reach out to so many people for your e-commerce website. So I highly recommend that you just leave all of these checked, but it's really up to you. Take your time if you want. And then once you're ready, you can see down here, if you do select these options, you're going to install some additional plugins and it's going to do it for you. So if you want, go ahead and click on the continue button. And the last thing that we have to do is we need to connect our store to the Jetpack. And this is going to be very easy. And all we have to do is just create an account with Jetpack so that WooCommerce is all set up. So come over here and just click on this button that says continue with Jetpack. And once you come to this page, just create an account. So put in a username, your email, and your password, and just sign up. And once you're connected, you should be brought back to the WooCommerce settings page. And if you want to subscribe to WooCommerce's newsletter, you can do that right here. And over here, you can create some products and import products. We're going to show you how to create products later in this video, so we're not going to do that right now. What I want to do is just go back to the WordPress dashboard. So click on this button right at the bottom. And once you're back on your WordPress dashboard, you'll see some notifications over here. And the one that I want to point you to is this one that's called Facebook for WooCommerce is almost ready. To complete your configuration, complete the setup steps. We're going to do this later when we go through our WooCommerce settings again in more detail. So down here, there is the WooCommerce tab, and then we can go into our settings and integrate Facebook. So we're not going to do this right now. So I'm just going to close these notifications. And what we're going to do is actually move on to the next step.